What's going on, everyone? You ever had a bad 3D print like this? Well, with some patience, a couple tools, and a fistful of cash, I'm going to show you how I went step by step to turn this failure into a nice little display piece. This Pro Bond wood filler has saved my life in more ways than one. It works really well with PLA. I mostly just print in PLA. And it fits into all the little gaps, any seams really well, and it's easily sandable with just regular sandpaper, so you don't need an electric sander or a Dremel to really just do it. You can just take regular like 80 grit 120 and just shave it off yourself. Just make sure you get it as evenly as possible into those crevices or little nooks that we have here. As you can see, I'm not really taking my time and I'm just plastering it across the things. Don't do what I do. Do as I say, not as I do. Okay, luckily enough, I have another prop that I'm working on, which is the exact same prop. And I usually wait 12 to 24 hours depending on how deep the surface is that you're trying to fill or how thick you might have actually put the wood filler on. But here I'm just going to take some standard 120 grit sandpaper to scratch through all of this wood filler, and I'll try not to go too crazy on shaving the wood filler down. At this stage, you just want to see if the gaps are filled and make sure you don't need to put anything else on. But doing this, as always, I would just like to warn everyone, this stuff kicks up a lot of dust. So please use a respirator, have proper ventilation, make sure you have some kind of vacuum cleaner to suck up all of this dust. Once you're done, always protect your lungs. Please just be smart about it. Having a replica Keyblade is not worth your health, no matter how much you probably think it is. It is not, trust me. Anytime we're working with these curved pieces like this, I find wood filler to be a great base into forming this curve if it was lopsided or misshaped from printing. As we go further into the post-processing, just take your time. It's not a rat race. It's gonna make what you're doing now a lot easier when you're ready to paint and start assembling it. So just take your time. Also, as you're sanding, make sure if it's a connecting piece, start soft fitting them together with no pressure, just making sure everything is going in, because on this piece I did have to sand quite a bit of the wood filler out so it can fit into the base of the staff itself. So just be careful, take your time, do some soft fits. You haven't started gluing or bonding everything together yet, so let's make sure once we are ready for that step, we don't have to do any additional sanding. Now we're moving on to my least favorite part of this, Bondo glazing putty. 1, wear a respirator. 2, please use this outside or in a garage away from a living area, because your significant other will not like the way this smells throughout the house. From experience, people. So here we are, the same piece. All I did was prime it just to see how the curve was coming along, kind of define where I need to really focus the glazing putty, and use this as thin as possible. Wear gloves, it will stain, and just do your best to smooth it over, get it into those last recessed spots, and we will wait for it to dry. This I usually do 24 to 48 hours, just so it has been given the maximum amount of cure time as possible. Regardless on what it is, I just usually leave it outside. But this is the final step here where we sand it. I just did a regular dry sand, but you can spray it with a little bit of water and get in there with a regular 120, then step it up to 240. And I think I went all the way up to like 1500 grit paper, and it came out really smooth, really nice. I really love the finished product for this. And next up would be a one last priming and one last painting and doing all your finishing touches, which I'll show y'all in the next video. So until then, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.